welcome back. Today we are going to start with a very new topic of linear programming. So starting up with a very basic problem and how do we solve with the equations. I will do one example in order to make you understand how to solve with the equations and how to plot with the diagrams and how do we get our final answer. Okay, not wasting with much of the time. I'll write up with a question. For example, you are given 5x plus y, which is less than 100. First equation. Second equation, you are given x plus y, which is less than 60. Second equation. Third equation, you are given x and y are greater than equal to 0. So these are the equations that we are given as for the question. Now, whenever you need to solve an equation, you just need to keep in mind that if you are not given these equations, by default, you will have to take with these equations because we'll only plot with the answer in the first quadrant because we need only positive answers. Okay. So now drawing up with this diagram. So whenever you need to solve a question, you need to keep in mind how do we need to have a solution of a particular equation. For example, you are given these constraint equations and you are given a z that is subject to constraint equations which we need to maximize or minimize. That will be given to you according to question. If you are given that you need to maximize this problem, you will maximize the z value. That is, we'll understand it when we'll draw up with the plot up with the points that we will find here. And right now I'm writing just z equation, that is 200x plus, for example, 500y, that we need to maximize. Okay, so we need to maximize this. So whatsoever we'll find out multiple of solutions, not just one solution, we'll receive many solutions and we need to find out which value is we are receiving is the maximum one. So the maximum value will be our answer. Okay, so now coming on to with z, now I'll draw with the diagram. For example, this is my axis, x-axis, y-axis, and with first how to plot up with the points, I'll explain you with that. The very easiest way, or I'll say the most easy way to plot up with the points is first keep your x as 0 and find the value of x that will y's value that will lie when x is 0, so it will be 100, and then keep with your y as 0 and plot up with the point or find with the value that will have y as 0. Now you can see it will be 20. So just keep this in mind and then go on with the next equation as well. X, y, put 0 in place of x and you will get y as 60, and then you will place y as 0, you will get x as 60. So we'll plot these points here on the axis. So I'll take up with the gaps of 10 each because see here I am having maximum value of 100 and the minimum value is 20. So either you can take up with 20 gaps. So I am taking here as 20 gaps. 40, 60, 80, 100 and 120. So again 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 and 120. Now I'll plot with first equation where I am having x as 0 and y as 100. And then in again next equation I am having 20 and this will be my equation number 1. I'll whenever you plot up with the equation and join the points, just remember that write the equation simultaneously, otherwise you will get confused that which one was equation and which equation was which one. So 5x plus y is equal to 100. You will mention equal to sign here, not less than. You will mention equal to sign. Okay. Then coming on to with next equation, 60 and 60. So you will plot up with these equations and you will name it as x plus y equal to 60. So your next equation becomes this. Now as we know that our two equations are x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. So you will plot up with these 2 points, or you need not even focus on these two equations. Now, in order to check with the region that satisfies with the equation, what does we mean by region? Region here simply means whenever you are having less than sign or greater than sign, we will have to find out a particular region that satisfies with this equation. For that, we have very simple way. Just check on with if your equations are not on a particular axis, that is your equation is not passing through 0 0 origin, then you can just plot on with 0 0 in the equation in place of x and y in all the equations and check if your equation falls true. That is, here I'll show you. For example, in place of x I place 0, in place of y I place 0, and 0 is less than 100, which is true. So what I'll do is I'll plot, I'll shade with the region that satisfies this point, that is this one. My shaded region will be towards 0 0 point. Okay, but if my statement would have been false, that is if 0 0 point would not have been less than 100, that is it would be false, then I would have shaded the other side of the line. Okay, so now we'll check for the other equation as well. Now I'll put 0 plus 0 in place of x and y and check whether it's less than 60 or not. Yes, it's true. So my shaded region comes out to be this one. And now you can see that my common region is this one. So my equation that satisfies with my constraint will be region will be this one. Now I have this point that is 0 comma 60. I have this point also that is 20 comma 0. I don't have this point, so I'll find up with this point in intersecting with the equations, and I know that this is 0 0 point. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 are the points that will move into the constraint to find up with the values. So first of all, I'll rub with this side and make you find with the point of intersection, so that we can solve with the equation and get to know how to find with the maximum of values. Okay, so now coming on to with the point, just look at this. Here we have first equation, that is 5x plus y, which is equal to 100, and the other one is x plus y, which is equal to 60. So I'll simply subtract these two, because you can see y and y are equal to each other. So 4x equal to 40, here x becomes 10. So I'll put this equation in this, or you can just put your equation in this also. So x plus y is equal to 60, and then x is equal to 10. So x plus y is equal to 60, which I'll place here 10 value. So my y becomes 50. So I can state that my y value is 50 and my x value is 10. So this point becomes 10 comma 50. Now I'll take up with all these points and make a table out of it, where I'll first place z equal to 200 x plus 500 y, and I'll place up with the points here. So my first point becomes a, that is 0 comma 60. Second point becomes b, that is 10 comma 50. Third point c, that becomes 20 comma 0, and d, that is 0 comma 0. So I'll place with x and y respectively with these values and find out the maximum value that comes out to be. Now I'm placing with 0 comma 60 here in the first point. 200 multiplied 0 plus 500 multiplied 60. So I get out to be 12000 with this value. Okay. Next one is 10 comma 50. So 200 multiplied by 10 plus 500 multiplied by 50. So I'll receive up with 25,000, 25,000, and the next one is 2000. So I'll receive 27000. So this value comes out to be 27000. And next one I'll also plot here. That is 200 into 20 plus 0. That comes out to be 4000. So I receive my maximum value, I can see, is at point B. So this point becomes maximum. So my answer becomes maximum value I'll receive at this point, that is 10,50. So we'll write up with the statement in the last that maximum value of the constraint is at 10,50. So this becomes our last statement, and that's all with this question. So similarly, we have to solve with all the questions, and we'll mainly face with 3 types of questions that we'll discuss now. And then you can very well understand how to calculate with a question, because similar pattern will be there for all the equations. I'll make you write with how to make up with the question, how to understand the question, and how to create equations out of the questions that are given. Okay. So now coming up with the very first problem, or I'll first write up with 3 types of problem that will make up with your questions. First problem is diet problem. Second problem is manufacturing problem. And third problem is transportation problem. So starting up with the very first problem, that is the diet problem, and how to make up with the equations. So coming up with the question, and then I'll make you write how to solve with the question. So now we have here example number 6 of our book. So we will be continuing with the diet problem now. So you can just see here that we are given a dietitian wishes to mix up with 2 types of food ingredients. Okay. So with the help of this, we will make up with the table that what do we need to make out with the what do we need to bring out, what food ingredients do we need, and so do we'll work with that. So here you can see that the question says we need to mix 2 types of vitamin, that is vitamin A and vitamin C. So we have 2 types of this vitamins, and it's also mentioned that mixture should contain at least of 8 units of vitamin A and at least of 10 units of vitamin C. Okay, and their food I contains 2 unit per kg of vitamin A, 1 unit per kg of vitamin B, and food 2 also contains 1 unit per kg of vitamin A, 2 unit per kg of vitamin C. So what we'll do is we'll just straight away write in the form of table so that we can have a proper question made out of it. Okay, so your requirement is minimum of 8 and 10 per unit of vitamin A and C respectively, and then you are given that food A and food B you are given. There are 2 foods you are given. So we'll write up with what are their ingredients present in them. Okay, and then you are given that price per kg of food A is 50 and price per kg of food B is 70. So you need to maximize, see here, you need to minimize the cost of mixture. Okay, so how do we solve it? Coming on to whiteboard again. See here, I have written down with the question that vitamin A in food A is present with 2 per kg, 1 per kg, and vitamin C is there with 1 per kg and 2 per kg. So for food X, I am taking, for food A, I am taking X, and food B, I am taking Y. Okay, so how do we solve with this? Now I need to solve with this. I'll prepare with the equation in order to solve with the question. Solving the question remains same. We need to just make up with the equation, that what equations will be there, and then what z equation that is subject to constraint will be there, so that we can solve with the question further. So I can see that for vitamin A, I am told that my least requirement is 8. So 2x plus y will be greater than equal to 8. First equation. Second equation becomes x plus 2y is greater than 10. Now you are also given that your total quantities are these. Okay, you are given price and question says you need to minimize the cost. Okay, so there you are given the price. So this is our z equation. So our z equation becomes 50x plus 70y. So you need to minimize this. So whatsoever solution points you get, like we have solved it before, how to solve with the equation. So points you receive, you will plot in this x and y respectively, receive the answer, and the minimum value you receive will be your subject to constraint equation, the point where you will receive minimum cost. Okay, so now you have received these two questions, and by default we'll also use x comma y will be greater than 0. So whatsoever you are receiving three equations here, you will plot them into diagram of x and y constraint and then take up with the values. The point of intersection will also be included if there is any. So that will help with your question. So you will have a figure of ABCD or something like ABCDE if there are 5 points of intersection. That depends upon question to question, and these questions are mostly of 6 marks that are necessary. You will find one question of 6 marker definitely in exam. Obviously one question will be there, but yes, linear programming is a very easiest scoring question paper, or I'll say questions are very easy to score in the paper. Okay, so coming on to with next problem, that is manufacturing problem. So that is again very I'll not say complex, but that is you need to make up with the question that okay, I need to form up with the question in such way. So I'll come and switch to manufacturing problem now. So now coming on to with NCERT example number 8 for manufacturing problem. Just read the question carefully. A manufacturing company makes two models A and B of a product, and each of the model A requires 9 labor hour for fabricating and 1 hour for finishing. Then you are given that each piece model B requires 12 hours of fabricating and 3 hours of finishing. So we'll make up with the table simultaneously, that how do we have models and how to work with them. So we have two models A and B. You are mentioned here that A model, you can just see here that A model number A requires 9 hours of labor fabricating. So fabricating is first task and second task is finishing, right? So finishing takes around 1 hour and fabricating of 9 hours, and in next you will see 12 hours and you are given 3 hours. Okay, so coming on to next line, for fabricating and finishing maximum labor hour available is 180 hours, and for next is 30 hours respectively. Okay, then you need to company makes a profit of 8,000 for model A, and for model B company is making 12,000 of profit. So first one is given out for 8,000 and for next one you are given 12,000, and you need to maximize with the profit here. So we'll continue on the whiteboard for the solution. So now look on the whiteboard that you are having two models A and B, and first one takes for fabricating 9 hours and for finishing 1 hour. and then next one takes 12 hours and 3 hours respectively. So now you can see that you need to maximize profit of company A and B. So whenever you don't understand that, okay, what I need to maximize, just look at to the other factor that is given to you for maximization. So you will keep it as X and the other one for Y. Okay, so in all for company A you are given, so here for X and this is for Y, you will be using for fabricating. Now forming with the equations, you are given that 9 hours of fabricating of X labor hours and then adding up with 12 hours of fabricating of company Y, and you are given maximum hour availability, so less than equal to 180. When you are given maximum, you will use less than equal to sign. When you are given minimum, you will use greater than equal to sign. Okay, so next equation will be X plus 3Y is less than equal to 30. So this becomes my equation number 3. By default, my equation number 4 and 5 will become X and Y greater than 0. 3 and 4 will become X and Y greater than 0. And my Z subject to constraint Z will be equal to 8000 X plus 12,000 Y. This will be my equation for the constraint which I need to maximize, because it's given that you have to maximize with the profit. So this will be my Z. I'll again solve up with the equation as I had mentioned you in starting, that how do we solve with the equations, and we'll be doing with that again and solving it again and marking with the shaded regions, plot up with the points, find out the intersecting points, and then at last we'll put all the points in X and Y respectively and find the maximum value. So the maximum value we'll receive will be our answer. So now coming up with the transportation problem, final type of problem that we see in linear programming, and this is very important to understand. So simultaneously I have written up with the question here and we'll be doing with the solution part here, so that you can understand how do we plot with the solution. Okay, so now I have written question in short where I could write there are two factories located at point P and point Q. So we'll first plot with the point P and we'll plot with point Q here, so that we can make up with the diagram. Just understand with that part, you need to make with this diagram because it makes with the question look easier and go with the question very fast. Okay, so now you are also given that there are 3 depots A, B and C. So we'll make up with the depots here, that is A, B and C, and then you are given that their vehicle requirements are 5, 5 and 4 respectively. So depot P delivers to all these, and also depot Q will also deliver to all these 3. You are also given that the production capacity of P and Q are 8 and 6 respectively, that is they only produced with 8 units and 6 units. Okay, so all these you can see 8 plus 6 is 14 and all their requirements are also 14, that is your equation will be satisfied according to the question. Okay, now you are given that, just look, cost of transportation of A, B and C are given to you. Accordingly you will do with the question. Okay, so now we will be marking up with the questions. That is, now look at here, you are given company P transportation cost for delivering to A is rupees 60. So 160 I'll mark here, and they supply with X number of quantities. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll simultaneously write with the prices also and the quantities also. Okay, so now you see here that if company P is supplying with X quantity, then Q will obviously supply with 5 minus X quantity, right? And also it's mentioned that transportation cost for Q is rupees 100. Then next part coming, with company P and B depot. So you can see here its cost is rupees 100 and 120 for both sides, that is from P company and Q company. Now you can see that here we will take up with the Y quantity, and here we will take up with the quantity that is 5 minus Y. Obviously that if it requires 5 quantity, then we will have to subtract Y from 5. Okay, now we can only use two variable. We cannot go with Z part because we only have 2D plane, remember that. So you will not use with Z, you will work only with X and Y. So coming on to with third equation, that is very much important to understand. See here, its maximum limit is of 8. So 8 minus X minus Y will be your equation for this, and prices are given rupees 150. Okay, now with this equation, just remember that this one is easier to make, but this one is a bit complex because you will subtract 6 from 6. You will subtract equation number this and equation number this. So subtracting 5 minus X, use brackets, minus 5 minus Y. So these all will be your equations that will be formed, and also with the price rupees 100 will be your price. Now I'll make up with the equations and let you know how to form with the equations. So I'll rub with the question and form with the equations on this side. Okay, so our very first equation, just remember X is greater than 0 and Y is greater than 0. These two equations are obvious that you need to write here. Second equation will be X plus Y will be less than 8. Why? With this one equation, you can just see that your equation will be obviously less than 8 because X plus Y's value will be less than 8. Other equation will be X value will be less than equal to 5. Y's value will be less than equal to 5 from these. Okay, from these two you will get these equations. From these two you will get these equations, and this is from this equation. Now from this equation, just look on to this. Your equation will be 6 minus 5 plus X minus 5 plus Y, right? So minus 5 plus 6, you will get 4. So X plus Y will be less than 4. Your equation becomes this. Greater than 4. Because your values will be greater than 4. So these will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equations that you will receive here. And then your Z becomes, see, your Z will be according to question only whenever you are forming up with the question. So that will be according to question, completely on that. So your Z becomes, addition of all these equations, and that in final you will receive when you are multiplying. For example, I'll write on here so that you are clear with the equation how to form it. 160 into X plus Y into 100 plus 8 minus X minus Y into 150 plus 5 minus X into 100 plus 120 into 5 minus Y plus rupees 100 into 6 minus 5 minus Y minus 5 minus X. So these will be your equations, and when you solve these all, you will receive your final Z equation, that is 10 into X minus 7Y and adding up with 190. So this will be your equation for Z, and when you will solve with all these, you will get your equations. You will plot your equations on the graph. You will again, as we did with the question number 1 that I did in the starting, you have to similarly form with the equations, solve them up, and then plot the points on the graph, and finally you will be getting some points that you have to plot in this Z to find out with the maximum value. So that's all with this. And just remember, in linear programming, this question is very much important because you will receive most of the questions, like 6 marker question is definitely from this question, and there will be option in diet problem or manufacturing problem, or they can be 2 transportation problems also in options. So just remember that this is very much important to understand.